Howdy friends and family, thank you so much for joining me. This is the 8th video in the series I'm doing called In the Midst, and we are in the second section of this series all about joy. And last time we looked at the biblical definition of joy, and today we are going to be looking at the biblical definition of happiness so that on Friday we can compare them. And so there are actually 7 different Greek and Hebrew words that are translated to mean happy or some variation of happy throughout the Bible. And the Hebrew words are asher, esher, osher, and shalah. And then the Greek words are makariso and makarios. And so all of these at one point, like I said, were translated to mean happy. But 4 of them, asher, esher, makariso, and makarios, are actually translated as blessed. And except for makariso, the other 3 words, they're translated as blessed more often than they are as happy. So these words really have this meaning of being blessed. But what is being blessed? Being blessed is held in reverence, enjoying happiness. So it's putting someone up on this pedestal because of who they are, what they're doing, or what's happening to them. And so it's saying, look at how great this person is because of who they are or what's happening to them. And so these words really have this underlying meaning of being blessed, of say people looking at them and saying, okay, because of this person is great. Like, look how amazing this is. But 2 of these words, asher and shalah, also have other meanings. Asher can also mean to go straight, so to advance or to progress. And shalah can mean successful, safety, prosperous, or being at rest. And so happiness, this biblical lexical meaning of happiness in Hebrew and Greek, is that we are prospering, we are blessed, we are progressing through life, we are at rest. And so we get this idea of prosperity and what we get because we're prosperous. But there's more than that. There's a physical and a spiritual side to this as well. And so we're going to read Psalm 144, verses 12 through 15, which says, "Then our sons will be like plants, nurtured in their youth, our daughters like corner pillars that are carved in the palace style. Our storehouses will be full, supplying all kinds of produce. Our flocks will increase by thousands and tens of thousands in our open fields. Our cattle will be well fed. There will be no breach in the walls, no going into captivity, and no cry of lament in our public squares. Happy are the people with such blessings. Happy are the people whose God is the Lord." And so David starts by listing these physical things: children, food, cattle, flocks, a strong city and community. He lists all these things and he says, happy are the people who have these things. So there's this physical side to happiness of when we have these physical things, this physical prosperity, we have happiness. But there's also the spiritual side. He ends it by saying, happy is the one whose God is the Lord. So he's saying happy is the person who has God. And then we also see in other verses throughout the Bible, there are other spiritual things that bring happiness, such as Proverbs 3:13, which says, happy is the man who finds wisdom and who acquires understanding. So when we have spiritual prosperity, when we have God first, this spiritual safety, we see that we also have happiness. So happiness from the Bible and from its original Greek and Hebrew gives us this idea that it comes from physical and spiritual prosperity and safety. And so in the next devotional, we are going to be comparing biblical happiness and biblical joy to see what true joy is while we are in the midst. If you're memorizing James 1, verses 2 through 4, this is your reminder to do that. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you guys next time.